but it's something we make us analyze what exactly we are consuming. Yes, and probably you will decide at the end what is the right selection. Yes, because sometimes we focus on the brand, but not as much as what it contains as a product. What is the material? What is exactly what we eat? Is that exactly a real milk that Gloria provide us? Or it's just a brand that we have inserted in our chip and associated in order to go to the supermarket, our first selection? Can we consider milk that are not processed? Where can we find this milk? What is the procedure about that exactly? It is says that most of our diseases came exactly from these products that are so artificial. Have you ever considered about those chickens that you have in your daily diet? Where it comes from exactly? How it's the process this chicken pass? Unfortunately, in our country, we don't have these rules. We don't have something that is in the chicken that says this was the period of how many months its bird, yes, was feed, was growing. We don't have that in here in Peru. In other countries, it's legal. We have the policies to let the audience know about the product they consume. The meat, the chicken, the fish, but we don't have exactly. We always go to the market, we observe the chicken hanging, and based on that, we say, we can find that. In that way, I am providing food to my son or to my daughter. Have you ever considered that we have, okay, the approximated cost of the kilos, yes, of the chicken, it's around 6 soles or 9 soles, yes? Have you ever considered a cost like 20 soles per kilos about a chicken? Miss, are you kidding? Are you crazy? That is not a chicken. That is something that doesn't exist. Well, there are some chickens in some farms that they are producing in a free way, not in cages, not by freshing, no? So if you take a look exactly what you are consuming every day, it's something that you are going to be horrified or you can be shocked, because every minute you eat something, it's like I am contaminating little by little my own body. So that's why we in the school try to provide information in which you can evaluate. It's not anymore the idea of lying people. You need to decide what is exactly what you are eating, what you are selecting in your daily life. That is a critical thinking. Okay? So let's move on exactly what we have in this brand. So today probably you are agree, no, you agree. You agree or probably you don't agree about these topics. Okay, so take a look about your text. Please open your books on page 62, I think so. And I would like that you honestly tell me about your perception of this topic, okay? Because it's really interesting to know from the side of the teenager. It's different from the side of an adult than a teenager. What is exactly that impulse the idea of selecting products in your side? Okay, I would like to know with your honest respond. Let's take a look about what is here. For example, here we have on page 73 a model showcase. Yes, here in this way she shows a beautiful traditional Korean dress. Yes, and then they gave us some characteristics about this dress. Yes. They are providing some news. Yes, here we have some fashion facts that probably you will know. It says fashion, it's big business. Yes, the global apparel market, it's valued at around $4 trillion and accounts for 2% of the world gross domestic products. So for example, here we have, these are the 3 largest fashion companies in the world, each making billions of dollars of profits each year. Nike's closest rivals in the sportswear business, Adidas, it's also ranked in the number 5 after the fashion retail outlet. So take a look about the information that we have here between the countries. Yes, the information they provide about fashion industry. But did you know that any pair of jeans, or do you know exactly the equivalence of how much water is invested on, for example, a t-shirt? Do you know any idea how much money or how much water people support with the idea of the creation about this? Let me tell you. For example, for one t-shirt made of cotton is exactly 766 gallons of water just for a t-shirt. For a pair of blue jeans, 2,900 gallons of water. For a bed sheet cotton, what you comfortably, yes, lie on your bed, it's 2,800 gallons of water. So as you know, we spend a lot of more than what you expected in the production of this. It's something that probably you haven't paid much attention. Yes, if I open your closet, probably I will find a variety, yes, of gallons of water. Yes, but we need to consider. So here we have some information that you are going to analyze. And for example, here we put brands like Dior, Nike, Inditex. Do you know about Inditex? No? So it's a group, yes, of companies that belong for example, Bershka, Miengo, no? Those companies of fashion. My question is, and I would like that you respond honestly, are you familiar with any of these companies, or you didn't know? No, you didn't know about Nike, Adidas, Levi's? Of course, miss. Okay. Do you shop at their stores? Or you prefer to go to a department store? Because now we have the alternative to select, no? As you know, Adidas and Nike has their own store now in Peru. But years before, yes, only Department stores like Ripley or Saga, no, include these brands in the store. So you go. And the third question is, what is your impression about these brands? Why you buy Nike, Adidas, Under Armour? Just be honest. Why not to go to Gamarra and buy those exclusive ones, which name is probably Rosita? Or I don't know, Ruby. They put those names, yes, on those brands. Why especially to select Nike or Adidas? What is your first impulse? What motivates to you? Okay, you are quiet. It means you are
Because of the popularity of the brand. So if we saw like a commercial or something, we tend to buy it.
Aha,
Or
very good.
sometimes when we see it in other people, like celebrities. But in my case, only if I find it like pretty, because I'm not going to buy something that is ugly because someone is using it.
You
So
wearing.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Also in Gamara, they don't sell este clothes isn't that cheap. So
Okay.
now
Now, yes. Also, Gamera, we can say that also provides fake brands. Yes. But you know exactly the quality of these clothes, yes? Sometimes the clothes, yes, are with a design more exclusive than others, or probably the quality, yes? When you touch, you feel like, I feel comfortable when I wear this t-shirt. I don't know how many of you wear just a t-shirt that you say, even though it doesn't have a color the same as, well, no? But I love when I wear this. Or your parent says, come on, don't wear this clothes. It's having holes. Stop wearing this. And you say, probably your mom or your dad, come on, I am at home and I feel comfortable with this clothes. I don't know. It's soft. It's like, I feel great. Oh, these clothes remind me something, and I don't know. No? So here we have one impression. Agatha showed the impression that she feels more connected about some advertisements, or probably those kind of people that we follow, no? Followers, no? That tell you or recommend you through some stories they put on Instagrams or Facebooks, no? And they, or another thing also Agatha mentioned is the idea of, if it fits well on him, it would feel best on me. No? Well, sometimes it doesn't look like that. Yeah, sometimes we see, oh, in that model, that t-shirt wears like this. No? What about in my case? Do I look similar or I look quite different? Huh? Yes, but the idea is to try. Okay, I don't know what happened in the case of the boys, Arturo, Leonardo. What is your perception? Or Diego, why it's your impression of these brands like Adidas, Nike? Why you select these clothes instead of Miguelito t-shirt?
Miss,
Yes.
I honestly think that those brands have really good products. Like I I I feel I have both clothes from Miguelito's store and from other those brands, no,
Uh-huh.
and I can really feel the difference. But
Uh-huh.
also, I saw in very en muchas ocasiones
In many
I saw
fashions.
that
Uh-huh.
in many occasions that it's just the brand what people look at. They really don't bother looking the quality of this cloth or the product. They just said, oh, it's Gucci, I will buy it.
Uh-huh. But have
uh,
you ever felt this kind of sensation? I will say to all the class, taking in consideration Arturo's opinion, that when you wear these clothes, these brands, you feel like you feel observed, like you catch views. Have you ever feel like this? If you wear Miguelito, nobody could notice that it's Miguelito. Huh? But if you wear Adidas t-shirt, sometimes you feel like somebody is observing me. I feel more like causing attention. Hmm?
like an influencer.
Sometimes, yes. Luciana, what is your perception about this?
I think that they use, for example, Nike use a very good marketing strategy using the celebrities, or I don't know, singers, not celebrities, and that makes us think about more the brand. And as you said, imagine how it could be us wearing the clothes, yeah, and and I haven't felt the pressure to wear one of the brand clothes, but I think that there are many people that prefer that instead of Miguelito's t-shirt, just for the brand.
Okay, just for the
And
brand. So probably here we follow the brand. But for example, in Europe, that it's full of brand, they don't pay attention about too much the brand. They follow about the designer. They talk about, I'm wearing this, and then they put the name of the designer. So that is different, the way of the perception about fashion or clothes. They mention the name of the designer. I'm wearing this designer clothes, so everybody knows who is this designer in Europe. Jimena, you have your another comment.
I think that sometimes we just use clothes of that type of marks. I don't know how to say, or that companies, because we think that give us status or something like that.
Very good. Okay, who can tell me designers in Peru? Well-known designers in Peru.
Renzo Costa.
Okay, Renzo Costa.
Mario Bernachelli.
Luciana. Very good.
Jessica Buttrich.
Very good, Ariana. Now you're telling me names. Have you ever
Milko
listened?
Siviric. Milko Siviric.
Milko
Something like that.
Siviric. Also, Claudia Paz, you have seen the stores, probably. No? Claudia Paz, what is that? Okay, so we have different perceptions, of course. You don't follow designers, you just follow brands, you see? That is capitalizing. You are considering more brands than exactly the group. Okay, how many of you know exactly of Peruvian designers, about those styles? You know the style of the Peruvian designers about nailing? Yes? Arturo, you want to comment something?
Oh,
No. Yes.
I wanted to say that this feeling of people taking care of the brand, I've had that feeling more in the technological area. And the clearest example that I can think of is a reaction of people to someone with an iPhone and someone with an Android cell phone.
Yes, for an HTC cell phone, no? What's the,
Miss,
yes, Águeda.
Miss, also I think that like these brands are more expensive in Peru because if we go like to United States, if for example like a pair of shoes of the brand Converse
Yes,
in United States like $50 and here's like $100. I
sure.
don't know.
Yes,
Yes.
it's like enormous. Yes, I remember if you visit in Europe, Mango or Zara, it's just a pair of pants, it's €5. Or you can find a t-shirt just €1.50 and less than this, okay? But here it's like 60 soles, 120 soles. So it's like, come on, okay? How much money a Peruvian needs to invest in order to acquire these brands? So it's a really, really rich topic in order to evaluate. And my intention is not to persuade you to buy Peruvian clothes. My intention is that you need to think and evaluate how much money you leave or your parents leave to these huge or monster companies that comes in a country just to say, I'm wearing this and exactly like this, okay? What it could be a possibility about the solution is the idea of outlets. Exactly here in Peru, we can find outlets. Why? Because here they put the brand, the first cost is 500 soles, and the outlet cost is 120 soles. Come on, that is not an outlet. An outlet is exactly like it's really low cost. But here we don't pay about the tension of clothes related to seasons. We just wear something that you like, as Ageda mentioned. I wear this because I like it. It's not because I follow fashion trends. But in other countries, people are more concerned about what is about 2020 spring or 2018 spring. It's something that I can wear exactly. So we have different aspects in which we can evaluate, yes, the criteria you are going to consider. Obviously, if someone don't care about much this, you are not going to feel with the idea, I need to follow this brand, no? Obviously, you have a variety of stores in which one of these clothes is causing what attention. Okay, guys, so let's go into interpret this graph because last session we talked about this, okay? So question number 1, Arturito, in which country, it's the idea, no, from 1 to 7, which country exports the most clothing? The most clothing. Observe, observe, observe the graphic.
Australia.
Australia, do you think so? Export. Valerie?
I think it's China.
China. Can you explain, Arturito, why not Australia and why China?
I think it's I don't know how to explain that in English. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go into ask our friend Valerie because she said
Yes.
that answer.
Oh, sorry.
Camila, you wanted to comment something? Yes.
Yes, because in the text says that China is the world's largest exporter of clothes and clothing.
Aha, excellent. It says in the context here, China, the world's largest exporter of clothing and clothing. Aha. Thank you so much. In which country do people spend the most on clothing? Now we are talking about spending, yes? Let's see.
Australia.
Thank you so much, Ariana. Australia, very good. Now let's move on to the other question. Which of the facts below, because here we mention different facts, is more interesting, is most interesting? For example, in my case, this fact for me was really interesting. I didn't know exactly that we invest water in order to create this shirt. The fashion industry, it says, has a huge impact on the environment. For example, it takes 2,700 liters of water to make just one cotton shirt. That's enough water for a person to drink for 2.5 years, guys. For me, this fact was the most interesting. Okay? What about you? Camila? You raise your hand. Which of the
Oh,
facts?
sorry, miss. It's a mistake.
Okay, no worry. So what is the fact that really impressed to you that you didn't know exactly?
I agree with you, miss. I think that it's interesting to the business that have to takes a lot of water, a lot of liters of water to just make one cloth. And I think it's unfair because sometimes people needs more this water than one cloth.
Guys, now, what you can conclude based on this fact? Now you can understand why most of the t-shirts that you have in the information in your t-shirt says 5% of cotton and 25 of polyester, because when we produce cotton, we use excessively water. So if I conclude by saying that cotton, it's something that it's causing a huge impact, yes, we need to substitute the cotton. Okay, what other materials are considering? Okay, you're selling polyester, nylon, yes, but also these two are causing effects on someone's skins. For example, people says that for no reasons I wear polyester because I am allergic. What is your position about this?
Miss,
Yes.
I have listened that it's better to use like cotton underwear
Okay,
because
yeah.
if we use like polyester and that materials is bad for your health. I don't know.
Excellent, Ageda. Yes, it says that we can cause infections too, based on the material of the clothes that you are wearing. Good aspect. Sophia, something else that you would like to mention?
Yes, Miss. I read about vegan clothes. It's like clothes that industries don't use a lot of water and don't use like materials from animals. And I think that is a good idea to use it. But not all people have the same perception about this of the vegan of the vegan like a vegan like way to live like that.
Sure. Okay,
Also,
guys.
Miss,
Uh-huh.
adding to that, like going vegan, and it's known that we use like 15,000 liters of water to is required to 1 kilogram of meat.
Meat. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Excellent. Very good. I understand. Guys, I will invite you, please, to explore more about this topic. What are other alternatives we can use in order to substitute the cotton in our clothes? Thank you for your attention. We continue Friday. See you then. Was an interesting topic today. Thank you for your participation. Goodbye.